complaints from the athletes about the facilities here. This really is a state-of-the-art
The
stadium.
next event is a semi-final of the men's discus.
One good performance required from this athlete from Australia. There's no reason, if he makes the final, why he can't get onto the podium. Well,
Next
big
up,
things being tipped of this athlete, and
Australia.
is this their first step towards Olympic glory? Got to negotiate qualifying, though. That's good. That's really good. This is excellent. Well, the crowd appreciates it, but I think he knows he can throw further.
8.37
Well, let's
meters.
take a check on the results at the end of round one.
Next, the athlete from Australia.
Here we go again then. We'll get the official distance on the way, but that's
Australia
comfortably
with a
over
distance
50
of
metres.
55.7.
At the completion of that round, and Australia have moved into first place.
The athlete from Australia.
Well, having gone through the mental process, this athlete is now ready to throw. I think he'll be quite happy with that throw.
Australia with a distance of...
Well, we're halfway through, and it's
60.3.
good news for
Next up,
Australia, who lead the pack.
representing Australia.
Well, this is the fourth round when the athletes are fully warmed up. The nerves have gone. You expect the better throws here. Well, no disappointments in this throw as it goes long,
Australia
short of 70 metres,
8.76
but over 60, and I think this athlete will be delighted with that. Let's have a look at the scoreboard after that round, and it makes good reading. First place. The fifth attempt. Well, that one goes out. It's a decent trajectory. Well, the crowd will react to that quite rightly.
3.5. Next up,
Well, the end of that
Australia
round, and that puts
representing
Australia into first place. One of the key things to the technique of throwing a discus is to impart as much spin on it as possible. The greater the spin, the greater the gyroscopic stability. Another brilliant effort over 60 metres.
Australia with a distance of 62.94 metres.
Well, this athlete's delighted. Qualifying for the final was always going to be tough, but they've done it. Here's the replay. Thoroughly enjoyable as the final scoreboard comes up. First place for Australia, a good performance, and they move on to the final. There's a massive event in Japan, and those aspiring athletes that would like to turn professional have an opportunity to go to a special school. 10% of the applicants who are accepted then undergo a strict 15-hour-a-day training regime. Those who pass the graduation exams are then approved and become eligible for professional Kirin races in Japan. It just shows how demanding this event is. 15 hours a day training, that's got to take its toll on your body. The pacer leaves now, and it's down to these 6 cyclists. New Zealand in first place and in charge of this race. Turkey are in touch with the leader here. They're in second place. Goodness me, did well to stay on the bike with that crash. Well, that's good. This is good pedaling so far. Showing great bike technique, such good balance. This is it now, the final lap. Everything but everything is needed from this field. Turkey are out in front. This is really great stuff into the final straight. New Zealand finish first and march on. Turkey finish second. They qualify, and Australia qualify in third place. These are the final standings. Third place is enough to see Australia through to the Olympic final. Back to the Olympic Stadium, a packed house for the final of the men's discus. This one of the oldest events in the Olympic Games. In fact, the very first Olympiad in 1896 featured discus throwing. Really is an iconic event, this. In fact, it's been used on the main posters for the Summer Olympics way back in 1920 and 1948. And at the very first Olympics in 1896, discus throwers even featured on stamps to publicise the games. Well, the crowd are doing their bits, plenty in, to try and encourage success for this athlete. Well, let's see what they measure this one at, but that's a decent throw.
Australia with a distance of 66.55 metres.
End of the round, and Australia are in first place.
Next, the athlete from Australia.
This is all about the speed across the circle before exploding to release from that right hand. Well, this one could break 60 metres. Well, laying down the gauntlet to those around them, that's another terrific effort from this athlete. Not quite perfection, but not far off.
Next up, the competitor representing Australia.
Round number 3. Well, that's about par, that throw from Australia.
Australia with a distance of 71.61 metres.
At the halfway point, Australia are in first.
Next, the athlete from Australia.
Here we go with round number 4. Crowd responding to that.
Australia with a distance of...
At the completion of that round, and Australia have moved into first place.
Next, the athlete from Australia.
Round number 5. Won't trouble the leaderboard with that. Foul throw. And the scoreboard shows Australia in first place. It's all going to come down to this, the delivery. That is some performance. And quite right, take all the time you need to celebrate and savour the moment. The crowd are in awe of that. A new world record. Well, the scoreboard will tell the story and the snappers will take the pictures. A new world record. Here's the replay of that. Well, let's confirm the final standings then, and it's gold for Australia, second place and silver for the Netherlands. A bronze medal will cross the Irish Sea as Ireland finish in third. Well, this is the crowning glory as now the athletes take to the podium. Superb performance. Everybody in this building really appreciates how hard they've worked to become the Olympic champion and take home a medal from London 2012. And I'm sure the emotions are going to be high on the podium. The flags of success fly high over the stadium. And these moments will be captured and will be on the front pages of the papers in the morning. Terrific performances rewarded with gold, silver and bronze. Well, plenty of crowd support here. They're all ready to get this event underway. Every Olympics has a superstar, and there's every chance that this athlete could be the face of London 2012. This athlete's had a great build-up to the Games, and there's no reason why they can't push the envelope here. Three laps of the track to go then. Well, that's another huge collision. Did well to stay on the bike there. Turkey are leading the way, and so far, so good. Maybe now's the time for New Zealand to make their move to win it. They're currently in second. Under 2 laps to go. One of the strongest in this pack. Great move to move up that field. Starting to sprint as this pace really is wound on here. In first place, Turkey. In second place, it's New Zealand. Still moving well off the seat and starting to sprint as we go into the final bend. Turkey take gold, New Zealand take silver, and bronze for Australia. A performance that will last long in the memory of everybody here today as Turkey take gold. In second place and silver, it's New Zealand, and bronze for Australia. What a proud moment this is for everybody in the arena here to stand as one for the national anthem. All those years of training have finally paid off as a new national hero is born. An emotional moment on the podium. Olympic champion. What a great ring that has to it. As the flags are pulled towards the roof, and then the celebrations will begin. Well, what a day it's been, and quite rightly, enjoying every moment, soaking in the atmosphere here. These are memories that will live long for these athletes. And to take home a medal from an Olympic Games is a dream moment. Let's take a quick check on the overall medal tally.